Saturday showdown. T1 deck. Genji Esports.
And now the pick for Kellen. Alistair has kind of been his favorite he's gone to into Leona. Could also pick the Braum though, very popular into Leona, and the shield has a lot of value into the Jhin. Even if it only blocks one shot, it can drastically reduce the damage output from him.
Well, this is a very interesting draft moving into the first game. Let's see how it all pans out as we hop into the Rift for game number 1.
That's the Corki special nowadays.
Yeah, and he'll throw some auto attacks in there, and Leah can try to, you know, throw some rocks, but generally the Corki will enjoy it. We do see the E taken here first, as Zeus trying to utilize that fantastic spacing that he always seems to have in the bag in these top lane matchups. As he's already played 4 games of Kennen, 3-1 on the pick. On the top side, you see Lucid, you know, he's spotted, he goes for a quicker back and is gonna look to actually head downwards on the map as Showmaker steps forward. Now he's just gonna get flashed and comboed, and Showmaker gets dunked on by Owner here, first blood.
Yeah, really nice play there, and Faker baited out the Unravel Dude.
Not going to be a fun time for him already behind as we'll take a look from his point of view. Flash?
이게 벽공이 닿네.
And stake their claim over these grubs for now.
And honestly, King has been having a great lane. He's up against Zeus. He's doing really well in this matchup so far, and the reaction's so strong in these grub fights.
So they should know he's in the pit, but apparently they don't, as now Faker's got a flash, and a double seismic shove comes in, but they get the knockaway on Kingen, and he is just out of the fight. So Kellen also in a lot of trouble as Zeus comes on down, and he is going to hop over to the Renekton and might just barely be able to survive here. Kingen, though, is going to get knocked into the wall, and now there's a slicing maelstrom. Kingen doesn't have flash anymore. T1 convert in a huge way on these grubs. As Lucid is here hanging around, maybe looking to make a move at that dragon. As, okay, just going to dash over the rocks, and now Lucid's going to flash on in. Faker getting very low, trying to get Showmaker low and set up the kill here for Owner, which Owner will be able to lock that one down. And now these 2 junglers that don't do a lot of damage.
Oh, D+ is bot lane.
Yeah, the root comes in, and now D+ bot lane gets there on time. Aiming gonna pick up double buff.
That's why he's holding. Picks up a shutdown on Owner. And Kingen's been having a fantastic game so far, matching up to Zeus in particular on this Kennen.
Waiting for the E here from Zeus. There it is. Uh-oh, he does have flash, but I don't know if he gets away from this one. Not without his E and a Maokai ultimate coming in. I think Zeus is just going to be rooted and taken out as Kingen sets it up once again. Yeah, I mean, they might just be able to push in as a squad here. Owner's going to go for the helicopter and try to push them away, but a stun into the wall now, and Kellen, but they have to eat the MF ult. There's now another stun comes in from Keria, and down will go Kellen. Ton of damage was done. Meanwhile, Faker just taking a bottom turret, is going to get the first turret of the game, so that's a nice win for them.
Yeah, even with that kill onto Kellen, still a humongous advantage for D+. They don't even need the Herald to get the tier 1 mid. They get the tier 1 top, and Faker, who's pushing the tier 2, I think he's just dead.
We do have Owner coming over with this ult. Also, the angle of that wasn't great. Here comes the ult. Lucid's gone as Faker, he is going to actually try to fight this one, and with a couple of teammates, they are going to fight. As meanwhile, Zeus's TP doesn't get too much value, but there is a Drake coming up.
Ult immediately follow is beautiful.
Okay, trying to go for a dive here on a King, and there are so many members on the top side of the map. This King is barely going to go down. I almost left him alive there as Lucid, if he was a couple of seconds earlier, maybe he saves him. He doesn't seem to care. He's just like, yeah, I can clear this and survive. Now he's just trying to run away. It is only Owner.
Yeah, he knows the wave gone. Faker can't get to him. Owner alone isn't enough, so doing a good job of playing defense. And on the other side, not only do D+ get Dragon, but they also throw the Herald down to help with that push. They may get a second charge on this if they really want to.
And it's Mountain Soul, by the way.
That is a good one for them.
Huge value for, I'd say, both teams in this game. But, yeah, especially on the side of D+ Kia, I suppose, with all their tanks and an MF, as now a wall's going to come down. The amount of value they're getting in the bottom lane is pretty huge at this point in time. Looks like they want to get an inner here. Solar Flare comes down on Aiming, who just throws in a cleanse, and we get a Slicing Maelstrom. Meanwhile, a dive on the top side, as, again, Kingen says there's no way.
Pretty hard to deal with. If you've lost control of the area, it's going to be difficult to get it back.
Little engage Braum action here from Kellen, just trying to make some room as now a wall's gonna happen as Keria gets very far ahead of his team, but already Kellen getting pretty low. It is going to be just a Maokai ultimate to disengage. Kellen has to flash away, but he gets hit by the third bullet, and now we've got Owner right on top of him. Kellen is just dead, and Lucid might die too. He has to flash away, and he gets a disengage cone and survives.
And what an unforced error from D+. There was no reason for Kellen to go for this, and now you've lost all bot lane sums. Zeus has flash ult, and there's no exhaust.
They want to fight.
Cannot fight. There's no way. There's no way they should fight this.
Well, they're going to TP, and I mean, Owner has Hex Flash, and maybe he doesn't get it off, as, yeah, the stun will come in, and he's in a little bit of trouble. Now everybody on T1 is going to stay. The knockout comes in, but Kingin is a raid boss right now, and Faker's just going to Valkyrie over the wall, and they TP in, they get nothing.
It still gives a lot of health.
Yeah, they give you a shield as well.
Tank the saplings.
Sure. Now we are just trying to fight here for this one. Kingin is on the flank and he is level 16, but the dodge from Lucid, he will not be denied from this pit. It just comes down to a flip and it goes to Jin. It goes to Jin. How did he even get that? Did he just W it or just ult it maybe, I guess? And now DK are like, well, we'd really love to fight. Oh, that's a nice little knockback. Keria in a bit of trouble. Now Lucid looking for that frontline. Keria just has to go in, knows that he's going to be kited out once to get his team away, but Guma, you're going the wrong way. Okay, well, he's actually just going to run up through the top jungle and get away. I don't know about Zeus, though.
Zeus is...
He's buying time.
A tree in a hard place.
They're trying to, like, threaten Baron. That's not going to happen with 3 people. Okay, well, here comes King, and he's just going to flash on them. He's got aiming nearby, but King is just dead. And, yeah, Poppy's unkillable, so I don't know about this one. Kellen in a rough spot, but aiming running into 3 people, has to flash away and baits Kellen in as well. Aiming is just gonna die as once again D plus Kia dropped the ball. T1 immediately picked that one up.
But it's 4v2, and with Keria there, I'm not sure Lucy's gonna get anywhere near.
Yeah, I mean, you just get stunned away. He does have flash, but yeah, there comes Keria over the wall. There goes Owner as well, just zone them away, but now he's not the pit! He went out of the pit, no way! And Lucid just gonna come in and say, thank you very much, free Baron. I will take that 100% of the time.
What a massive play there. The Baron was too low. T1, who we typically praise, but Lucid. Oh, the flash. Oh, oh, just a little late. Gives him the free ride in the Baron.
It's like literally everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for T1.
Maokai flash pings after that Baron. Maybe more.
And now Lucid is just getting engaged on. He might just die. He's gonna Twisted Advance, though. He's still alive. Gets his ult out, and they save Mr. President somehow. But Kellen and Lucid super low. Down will go Kellen. Faker just gonna, well, shoot him. And T1 still desperate to take this T1. I don't think they're gonna get it. Faker?
You don't do that much damage to towers, Fake.
Yeah, and Guma's been one of our best Jins. Maybe just our best Jin in the LCK, as Lucy's just gonna engage here on a Poppy, nearly dies, but now the knockout, and Faker's just gonna go down in the front line, just gets Seismic shoved into the team, and now Owner's gotta back away. T1 can not fight over this one, and they had Baron. This feels like a game of volleyball. We're just booping the ball back and forth between the two teams.
And D+, just when it started to feel like the game was slipping away, they find their angle, they find their way back in. Now Showmaker threatening with a wall.
Yeah. He'll throw it up, and that should... Okay, we're just going to stun the front line here. Keria in a bit of trouble, but the Owner ult does come out, but it's not enough, as that only hit the Maokai. And yeah, they get another pick. So now DK, they've got a little snowball rolling here in mid, looking for this inhibitor at least, even into Baron. Not carrying with the man advantage, just able to push in and take mid inhibitor. That's slow. Oh, okay. Engage Braum again. They are going to get Guma, though, in a really rough spot. He nearly dies as he's able to back away. And engage Braum actually pays off here for DK, as now Jin ult's going to be open up. Guma trying to do his own impression, but that's not going to do nearly as much. And now I see the top laner. Kingin just standing in front of the team. The meat shield is his. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. We do have the Weaver's Wall up, and Owner's going to be on the opposite side of that. It's just going to be, yeah, taken down by DK, and now Keria's caught on the top side. Down will go the Leona, and they still have 2 minutes of Baron buff, plus Mountain Soul, plus 5v4. Just trying to push here for the mid inhib. They're going to taxi this cannon minion in, and they will take this one down. As meanwhile, there's the engage, this time from the Maokai. Owner does get an ult away, and he is so tanky, but Faker will be the first one to go down. And Owner also very low. Lucid nearly loses his life. Looking for that top turret right now, and they should be able to take down this inhibitor.
See, Owner nearly gets shredded there, but does just survive. So tanky, but Faker down. 5v4. Zeus needs a monster ult here if they're going to make their way into this game.
And he hasn't had a big opportunity. Now he's going to throw it in the exhaust immediately, and he just dies. He just pops like a balloon, and Guma desperate to do something in this game, but it's not going to happen. D plus Kia will finally take game number 1, even losing Showmaker there right at the end. They don't care. They just want the victory that you see on your screen. D plus Kia take the lead 1-0. There were definitely moments where I was like, T1 absolutely take it from here. And then I was like, no, DK absolutely take it from here. At the end of the day, once again, Kellen is going to get final pick here on the red side. Especially with the Renekton priority, this does end up happening very often. He knew what he was playing into a long time ago, but now he sees the whole comp.
You can honestly just take Lulu here. Like, you have Engage in your composition. Lulu's ult, the knockup is now a second. They buffed it a while back from 0.75. And you have a Vi. Oh, and a Renekton. It was a very mistake-heavy game 1. They cannot make mistakes here, or it will cost them heavily.
Absolutely. It's got to be clean from both sides here, jumping out of the rift for game number 2.
To the double elimination stage of playoffs, and that gives a lot of security.
Yeah. That would be pretty interesting, actually, to see who they do end up choosing. You know, who ends up in 5th and 6th place in the first place, and then...
So smart.
Yep, take a look at this. Hey, it's a little lane swapperino, as nice little flash with the counter-strike, but...
That feels horrible, though, for Zeus.
You still feel awful.
Yep, and now it's that situation where you have to rush into, oh, we have to lane swap now. We don't have a choice. Kingin is just going to be a nuisance here. He's going to try and force a smite or something.
Smite's down, but...
Oh, yeah.
Definitely trying to at least chunk them down. I mean, Zeus already chunked a bit, and Owner maybe denied...
Was that lane swaps felt so severe when you weren't ready for them. And the other team had one planned and were going into it. And it was very clear from this T1, weren't ready for a lane swap to happen. Didn't do the homework to check for it. Zeus got baited, and now he's just stuck here getting no value. And yes, T1 are going to get more plates, but they were going to their plan was to hard stomp lane and get plates.
Yeah.
Lucid and Kellen there to walk him in, and Kellen is level 1, by the way.
Yeah. Well, they will be able to be walked in, at least. Lucid just going to punch the air. But aiming did get chunked out a bit, so... You know, at the end of the day, this lane swap, it does what it was meant to do early on, but now aiming... Also got Owner pathing up top, and they are going to find Lucid here. Might be forced to flash, but no, he gets his Q back.
Oh, you can see Owner was trying to threaten like a stun flash there, trying to force Lucid to flash, but Lucid just to disengage with the Q. But Grubs will be started, and bot lane still going badly.
Yeah, well, we do have TF in this game, as now the handshake is pretty good, but carrying a lot of trouble here as they're trying to trade it back is Guma, but his first blood going over to Zeri here, aiming will pick up a big chunk of gold.
But didn't have the bailout there, maybe on cooldown?
This is TF. Yep, he's right. He is playing TF. Correct champion call out from Showmaker. Confirmed. As in goes Kellen, there's the Dominus. No Counter-Strike right now for Zeus, has his ult up, but trying to force the flash here is Kingin, and he's not going to be able to. Zeus just walks it off. We'll see when he does pick up that item. Sometimes you just go for the gold card. As here,
going for the full commit.
Full committal from the side of DK, and everybody on the side of T1 very out of position here. They're trying to just focus down Guma. They're not quite able to. The bailout comes in. He is going to be res, but down he goes. The trade is good for DK. And now Owner, oh, the flash not going to be good, but he is able to get in range of actually ulting over the wall. Meanwhile, aiming, trying to punish Keria. That's not going to happen, and in fact, Owner does get away. Just the blue. They are going to get it on a couple of people as Faker actually moves in and takes it down.
And now with that pressure, with the reset from aiming, they're actually able to get this mid-tier 1, and we kind of saw how much they struggle.
Oh, the handshake. Okay, Lucid denied
his Manamune and get a stack before this dragon. They've got about 2 minutes. The flank engage.
Yeah, they're just sending it. The Vi ult right here on Aguma, who's in a lot of trouble, and Lucid is full health. He's able to get away. No, he goes down actually. And now Guma super low, but it's actually Aiming who gets taken out. The flank comes in from the side of DK, and it's going to backfire immediately. King of the though gonna pull the trigger, takes out the Viego. And now this Krog is pretty huge, but is it going to matter? It doesn't look like it. Showmaker not able to do much. It's a big fight win for the side of T1, as it's only Kellen left, and eventually he will not be left.
He's got flash, but I don't think that's going to help. Not if you're going that way. I think his goal is just, you should just die.
The turrets.
Oh wait, he can go through those turrets.
Yeah.
Buying a lot of time.
You can eat the turret shots. You can
I think honestly, the play might just be to give the kill over to... No, this is not a play.
They know he's there. I mean,
give the kill to Carrier. Maybe they can find an angle for this. Aiming still his cleanse, and Showmaker's got Ghost with the Spellbook.
Look at the hostile takeover CD as well. You see Carrier desperate to get that one up. It was so valuable in that last fight. And might just end up being a flip here. The Destiny comes in. And yeah, here comes Lucid, but it goes to Renekton. Kingen gonna pick that one up. And that will deny the Ocean Soul.
Just absurd that in a situation with a Kalista and 2 junglers, the Renekton. We'll see if Lucid can pull magic again. No flash available for him.
Yeah, just gotta go in with the Q. They don't have much vision. Oh, the hostile takeover catches him. He's too late, and the pull comes back. T1, though, will pick up the Baron.
They don't get their soul they wanted, but they'll get the Baron for Kellen.
I'm just gonna Valkyrie over the wall. Doesn't look like DK necessarily want to fight unless it's really on their terms here. Up against the Baron, as T1 are trying to push the top lane now. Owner a little bit behind the play, but now Kingen is going to be spotted by Owner, and Kingen is forced into the fight. TP coming in from Faker, but Owner is all alone. The Wild comes in with the flash, and Owner's just dead. Meanwhile now, the Lulu ultimate comes in, saves Showmaker, as we're getting pretty down and dirty with this one, I think, as now 5v4 here for the side of DK. As the gold card will come in on a Faker, a bit of damage into Lucid. He is chunked out in an insane way. And now Showmaker just gonna ult away. Rest of the team trying to fight here. Amy just gonna get dunked on by the Jax. And not even Redemption will help him. Looks like Kellen, similar spot. Should be going down here eventually, you would imagine. Oh, the TP is going to deny it. And C1, wonky fight, but they will win it.
Felt like Zeus is hunting still. Can he find him?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Not sure you have an answer to this one, Kellen. He's accepting his fate. But Zeus is stalling out the respawn for a little bit longer.
Harry kind of alone, but he does have his team coming on in with the TP. Lucid now is kind of alone, and he's now very alone in the Death Chamber. Actually, he's there with his buddies Renekton and Lulu. The C1 have really ripped this game open.
Yeah, just on the back of a few pretty fantastic plays, we've seen T1 really take control of this. There is Showmaker looking for an angle onto Faker. Faker is on vision, but he will scry up. You will see Showmaker coming. And in the meantime, T1 are making some headway bot lane. So maybe D+ probably want to defend this.
You know, I think that would probably be a good idea. T1 doesn't seem to care about the Renekton, who is alone, and do a ton of damage to him. But now TP is coming in, aiming, trying to have a little Zeri moment here at the end of this one, as Guma is going to get knocked up, but there's the bailout. The Rend gets the kill, but down will go the Kalista anyway, as they're still pushing forward. It's an extra kill onto Kellen, and they're looking for a bit more. This Jax is huge, and so is the Viego. 5-0-4 right now for Zeus, and the game might just be over.
Yeah, it looks like the Jax nerfs didn't do anything to him. He has just been popping off after the laning phase in this one, and it gives him a lot of confidence to start things off, but Zeus just has a killer instinct for aiming in particular.
왼쪽 볼게 살짝 봐줘.
He's like, let's
얘 잡았어.
go left, go for this.
야, 끌었다. 와.
D+ just not able to do enough. 10,000 gold down. Ocean Soul secured for T1, and they are pushing.
Kane just not here as well, and the damage from Faker is huge. Redemption utilized, but you've lost all 3 inhibitors, and it's going to be a very long while before they get those back as well. So just now sieging up in the base. They don't even need the Baron. Here comes a massive knockup, though, as DK trying to fight back. The cleanse comes in for aiming as he tries to carry this fight, but man, they're just so far ahead. The wallets are so heavy for the side of T1 that it doesn't seem to matter.
The Ocean Soul going to heal them up as well. If it wasn't a 10k gold lead, that would have been a sick play, but I don't think it's enough right now. A T1 just looking to end.
Doesn't look very likely. Aiming's kind of got to do it all by himself here, but the damage is being layered in. As a nice polymorph from Kellen, but that's just about it. As now Guma flashing forward. They will play with their food, they say, and they will take in number 2 and tie things up against T plus Kia in the series. Maybe they just get a really strong bottom lane for Guma and Keria in the counter pick on that side, as this time they went for Kalista Renata, and it worked out in a big way.
And I think as well, the fact that they left the Vi open.
Play Draven.
Oh, oh, this is sick actually if they go to Camille. You know, Camille, no, we've talked about this being a good matchup for Camille, but it's been such a long time since it's been consistently picked. But the dive threat from Camille Ari, the Jhin over the top.
Well, that's a lot of dive and pick. We'll see if it works for T1 here as we hop into the rift for game number 3.
God, when I slow this down to 0.25 times and replay it and watch the play, it looks so easy to
With
flush.
vision.
With
yeah.
vision. Yeah.
Just the reminder every once in a while. I think Jenna Strong is
Coming into her. If you find a handshake, that can be powerful for the Renata. But in terms of general trading power, really hard to
tempo
back.
heal. But Guma, he moves up for level 2. He's going to have to flash. And aiming, he's just going to barrier nothing just to make sure. As he thought maybe he would be rooted up there.
Zoning barrier.
Zoning barrier pushes them away.
And you know, I feel like T1 not fully respecting the power of the level 1 of the Ashe. The level 2 gets hit first by Kellen and able to burn some big sums on the back of it. Oh, very sneaky.
Vi is very good in the 1v1 here. And he's got red buff as well. So Lucid, kind of an awkward spot for him. As another hit is going to come in. And thankfully, he's got that disengage cone to deny us from any fun.
And you know, this is one of those situations where D+'s bot lane have Prio. And yes, Prio is better for them to move first. But it also means they're deep in the lane, and it's going to take them a while to get there. So Lucid just has to dip. And his bot lane really don't want to give up the pressure right now. Yeah.
Really rough.
Definitely playing for the skirmishes more so, and T1 just going to look to pick up this dragon early. Showmaker's about half HP, so even though he's coming over, I think they feel confident they can get this and disengage.
He's going to get into the pit as now the engage comes in as that frontline owner very low, and he will eventually go down as they have to go super deep for this one. Showmaker, though, so tanky, will live throughout it all. Flashes away, and DK get the Drake as well, but the chase is on. Guma looking for more. Kellen in a lot of trouble. He's just going to sacrifice himself for the trade. But DK, they get first blood and the Drake, so they should be happy with it. No, we're trading plates here. Meanwhile, Zeus is mid. He's like, no, there's no point for me to be bot. Here comes an arrow. That is going to hit Faker here in mid, who is in a lot of trouble. Oh, he threads the needle, but Faker, he gets stuck, but he's still alive, and they turn it around. It's a 3v2, and that's a couple of kills for T1. You see Lucid very unhappy. Owner is, well, he's... Wait, how's he out? Wait, what? How did King not kill him? Might have to hold that thought as Guma is being slowed up here by the Ashe. He does have Cleanse, and he will utilize it to get away. Little Root comes in, Lucid in the vicinity. Now, the curtains will be called, and they will push DK all the way back to their turret. As trying to throw an ult here is Lucid, not going to hit anyone. And DK will be funneled underneath their turret.
Yeah, bit of a scrappy play there. T1 trying to find an angle. You can see with the ult from Jhin opening up, they get a pretty big advantage. They will pick up a plate there as well, and D+ just kind of trapped under the tower. Owner going to start up the dragon. Vi pretty fast at taking this down. Poke doesn't connect there from Keria, and Keria actually low on mana, so maybe becomes a
Ooh, that fourth shot. Kellen, generally a fun time. And we do have Faker trying to look for the play. That's another charm to land, but he is alone. Oh! And the handshake, Kellen says, sit down. No ulting in my face. And now we have a Jhin, and aiming is just, well, maybe dead. Trying to get the shutdown here at Owner. Yeah, he's dead. In the front line there is Ashe. Not great, but now we got an R into the wall. And another handshake, and this time it's a root onto Sejuani. That's a double kill for Guma, who has insane value in this game on the Jhin. That's a third one for the side of T1. And T1 will continue to push.
Zeus still looking for more though. The root doesn't connect this time. And Zeus doing a lot of work with his Camille, but T1 in total making it work even though Kellen had that masterful play. But T1 have so many engaged tools. They want to fight, they'll take it.
All right, comes down to Silas getting that one as now Lucid in a lot of trouble. Isn't really that tanky just yet. Another huge handshake. Man, Kellen is just not missing. After a couple of weaker games, he is coming up big in Game 3 as here comes the Silas. I feel like Guma also is getting huge value on the Sin. Here comes the ult. It's going to hit Faker. He's in a lot of trouble up against that Meganar. And DK turning it back in their favor.
Oh, just as I was talking about him needing to be cautious.
Where is Owner? The big question. Well, he's behind King, and King about to show. There it is.
They've seen him.
Stops the back. Here comes Lucid. But that is Camille. I mean, you can't get away from this. It's just Mininar, and he is very far away from the Mega. He's just dead. Arrow is going to hit. And nope, TP is coming in. I think DK just have to get out of there. Lucid's like, okay, never mind. Just going to take the Cinder and run away. But the ability to close the gap here from T1 is huge. The ult is going to miss, and another handshake is going to hit the front line. And this Renata gets so much value when everybody lines up for it. And T1 just don't have the chase ability after the fact. And they don't want to go into that choke.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a beautiful play from D+. Okay, we
got to fight in live. That is a caught Keria. That's just Karma, who, when she's caught, she just kind of dies.
I thought you were saying that's Karma from getting POG Game 2. D+ for punishment, you know.
Punished. 100%. Just going to Spirit Rush away. But now he's on the opposite side of the fight. So yes, he's okay, and he will live, but can T1 actually fight this one? As might just come down to a flip, and Owner is going to steal it away, but now Faker! Oh, he's going to get away with the Gnar into the wall. Down he goes as DK finally closes the gap, but now very low health bars here on the side of DK. In goes Zeus, and he just murders Showmaker. Down he will go, and Zeus is totally fine. They get in that back line. The Vi is able to lock down aiming, but he gets the reset. But look at the health bars and the chase potential of T1. They shut it down in a big way.
D+ not able to disengage. The Jin'll value is massive. And Guma's look at the fourth shot. He gets it in the bag. Dragon secured. Team fight win. Zeus going to TP in for the Baron. And T1 getting everything they asked for out of this fight. If you lose this inhibitor tower, which they might. The ult comes in.
Oh, the arrow. It's going to immediately get McHale's. But the front line here, Zeus, surprisingly tanky. He's got a lot of shielding, too, from the Karma, who's had a good game, obviously. And at the end of the day, though, I mean, T1, they don't even get a bit of damage on the inhibitor turret. Yeah. So they're still ahead. They're still in a fun spot, but it feels like kind of a lackluster Baron play. Yeah. T1 also, they're not even fully engaging, but Guma with shields can just walk up to people and just shoot them. That's going to be a cleanse, though. Early on here, Guma is taking a bit of damage as well. Not the cleanest amount of poke, and here comes Faker on the flank. All the way around, looking for Showmaker, who is pretty low. The Jin ultimate going to be utilized. They try to clump up here, but that's Infernal Soul. And Lucid, he needs to get in. It's not going to happen. It just goes over to T1. As, okay, Infernal Soul now for the side of T1, and they want to take a fight.
Kingen has no Mega Bar. He has to try and stack it quickly, but they're all so low.
Oh, man. They're all up against the wall as well. The Charm is going to miss. So does the Jin root. Owner goes in first, but he is looking for that backline, aiming in a bit of trouble as the Renata ultimate does get some value. But, man, the low health bars are insane as the damage from T1 is out of control. Aiming finally gets taken out. It's a triple for Guma, and that might just do it as T1 are pushing the bottom lane.
We saw the Jin just not able to do the damage in that game one, but Guma makes it work here. They corral D+ in, they cut them down, and they're able to get the win. The upset here, D+ had such a fantastic season, will go down to T1 on their upswing towards playoffs.
That's T1, man. Sometimes they're just inevitable, and they play the better series tonight. As we got 5 seconds until Renata, it's not looking good for DK to have a chance to stop this push, and in fact, T1 will end the game right here, right now, right at the 30-minute mark. T1 take the series. Self-compliments from both of them, by the way. And it is Guma on top of the damage charts to the surprise of nobody, but 12K.
Yeah.
2024 LCK Summer T1과 D+.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview translation, joined by the bottom duo on the side of T1 after taking down D+ Kia. Congratulations on your win, guys.
네, 캐리아 선수 상위권
Keria,
경쟁을 위해서라도
today's
꼭
match was
잡아야
very
했던
crucial
오늘의
for
경기입니다.
staying
승리조가
competitive
들어보겠습니다.
at the top of the LCK. How do you feel about the win today? I mean, DK, their form is great right now, and I think DK is one of the teams that we can actually like practically compete for the top side in the LCK. So I was going all in for this matchup. I'm happy that we managed to add another win to a winning streak, so our momentum keeps going, and I'm happy that I also won a POG today. And Gumayusi, you gave a wink as a victory celebration at the end. What did it mean?
오늘 핀도 예쁘게 꽂았으니까.
You know, cute little bobby pin in my hair, so I just want to act cute. I was feeling it.
보여주실 수 있을까요?
Can you get a replay of it though?
팬분들을 위해서.
For the fans. There you go.
아, 좋습니다. 또 장발 유지를 위해서 머리를 기르고 있다.
And I heard you are actually growing out your hair. Would you like to kind of tie them all the way up, all the bangs up? I think that would be really cute. No preview, to be honest, no spoilers, but one day I will do that hair as well. Very much looking forward to it. Keria, with this victory, ever since 2022, T1 has a 14-1 match record up against D plus Kia. What are your thoughts on this much of an overwhelming match record? Well, I guess every time we get to play against D plus Kia, we got kind of luckier so that we managed to pull off some of the, dicey plays as well. Keria, I want to know your thoughts about Kalista Renata bot duo. It depends on every different situation, Depends on the matchup as well. And today, we thought Kalista Renata will be on top of the tier list up against D plus Kia. And Renata was a critical counter into the opponent's comp as well. Was that also intended during the drafting? So D plus Kia, because they are really good at playing around their AD jungle picks, so we decided to kind of counter that with our own comp. And I think our play was on point as well. What about you, Guma? How do you think that game 2 bottom lane go? Game 2? Well, I think during the pick and ban, we thought we got a decent comp, and then our gameplay followed up amazingly as well. Now, let's take a look at this replay together. It was a little bit of a dicey situation for T1, but you guys managed to escape the scene and actually win out the team fight. Yeah, I also thought this could be a GG for us, and then we got lucky somehow, and we all survived, and we were like, how did he all live?
잘 살아남았던 T1이었습니다. 이렇게 위기를 넘겼다 보니까 결국 승리를
And
챙겨갈 수
after that play, T1 managed to solidify the win in the end. And then, Game 3, you guys managed to kind of take away the key peaks on the opponents, for example, like Vi and also Renata in Game 2 as well. Was that all calculated? So we were expecting a similar kind of matchup to happen in Game 2 and 3, and I was pretty confident in the matchup, especially playing Vi into Renata, so we knew how the game will turn out. So there was not a big problem dealing with the opponent's comp. And I think today, Gumayusi on Jhin, you managed to kind of display everything that a Jhin can do. You stole objectives, you managed to get so many kills, do so much damage. So I was pretty much going full on. And there are two types of Jhins, Sometimes you go full on the AD damage. Sometimes you also go for the rapid fire cannon in order to help out your team as well. So the first game I played Jhin, I wanted to focus on the damage output. And then game 2, I went for the rapid fire cannon in order to play frontline and, play for the team. Now here's a replay of it. Hingen actually managed to find a really good angle here, but your Jhin managed to turn the fight around as well. I was pretty proud, first off, dodging the Narf ult with my flash, and then after that, I knew what kind of spells opponents have used and everything, so I was calculating everything to play out that fight.
안 된다. 진에 대한 평가가 또
I want to know your thoughts on Jean as well because it's a little bit controversial. Do you think a Jean can carry a game?
일단은 오늘 같은 경우에도 1세트
I mean, even today, game 1 and game 3 Jean will receive a different kind of critic or evaluation. But for me personally, I had several games where Jean carried the game, so I would say Jean can carry a game. And recently, with many strong AD carry champions emerging, well, we saw a lot of ADC up and being supportive in terms of the role. You know, for example, like Jean or Miss Fortune. How do you feel about this meta? I think it opens up more variety for the AD carry champion pool, so I'm having a lot of fun because I get to play more champions. Don't you think your role is a little bit stolen by a different, lane? I mean, it happened a long time ago.
아, 원딜 단합 대회가 또 생각이 납니다. 캐리아 선수 다음
And
경기는
Carrier,
젠지와의
T1's next match is the Saturday showdown up against Gen G. How are we gonna prepare for it? Gen G, they're doing great at the moment. And it's August, which means playoffs is just around the corner, so you have to, lock in for everything. So if we get to get a win up against them, why is everyone laughing? I don't know. But anyways, if we get to get a win next time, I think it will be a great kind of a momentum boost for the T1. I also think Gen G is amazing. They are doing great. They're undefeated so far, so we're gonna leave a dent or maybe a wound on that Tigers. Once again, congratulations on the win, and this will be the end of the interview with Guma Carrier and back to the space. Thank you.